So what's the equation for solving light as a wave? So the equation for solving light as a wave is the same one we used last unit, and that is V equals F lambda. Now be careful, this F is not focal length. This F is frequency. I know that's confusing because they're both lowercase f. And this funky lambda is wavelength. And v is the speed of the wave. Okay, so let's do an example here. So what is the frequency of light with a wavelength of 770 nanometers? Remember that the speed of light, c, is 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. C is the symbol for speed of light. You don't have to memorize that. You just need to know if you see it. See what I did there? If you see it, you need to know that that's what light is. So what's the frequency of light if the wavelength is 770 nanometers? So the velocity is the speed of the wave. Light has a speed of 3 times 10 to the 8th. F is the frequency, that's what we're solving for. And lambda is the wavelength, which is 770 nanometers. Now, the reason it's in nanometers is because light is very, very tiny. The wavelength is. Okay? So we don't want to write that out in all zeros because that would take forever. The problem is we can't use nanometers as our unit because velocity is meters per second. So we can't solve for an equation that's got meters and nanometers in it. So we have to turn nanometers into meters. And we did this at the very beginning of the school year. We did conversions, and one of the conversions we did was nanometers. And the thing you have to remember about nanometers is that 1 nanometer equals 10 to the negative 9th meters. So, all you have to do to convert this into meters is change the end from being 1 nanometer into 10 to the negative 9th meters. So I just write this as 770 times 10 to the negative 9th meters. That's all I do. I just tack on that times 10 to the negative 9th to the end. Now, you could move the decimal 9 places to the left. If you did that, you would move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You would move it 9 spots, and you would get this number. I'd prefer not to write all those zeros out, but if you would rather not deal with this, you can do it that way. So we're ready to plug the numbers in. So V equals F lambda, so 3 times 10 to the 8th equals F times 770 times 10 to the negative 9th. We're going to have to divide this to the other side, but it's been a hot minute since we've done scientific notation. We haven't done that since we did the circular motion stuff and gravity. So it's been a while since we've used numbers that are this big and this small. So to put it on your calculator, so I'm going to do this number divided by this. So I would do 3. This is my exponent button, so this is times 10 to the 8th divided by 770. There's my times 10. Okay, you see the power shows up. This one's to the negative 9. Hit equals, and there's my answer. So 3.896, I'll go ahead and round it to 3.9, and then the 14 power means the answer is 3.9 times 10 to the 14th. The answers are going to be big, so don't freak out if they are. Don't freak out if they are.